Do you have a go-to song that you always throw on when you're DJing the 80s night?
Not really. Our audience, I play a lot to the audience in a sense. We have...
Can I ask a different question?
Yeah, sure.
You're doing the 80s night?
Yeah.
If you were in the crowd,
yeah,
what song would you want to hear DJ Mark put on?
I think for me, once again, it's a nostalgia thing. I'm the second DJ on in the night, so I'm sort of like the closer. So I'm sort of expected to play a lot of the crowd favorites. But what would really enamor a DJ for me, and I've DJ'd that's what sort of got me into music, would be if they threw on something that was from my past that I wasn't expecting to hear at all, like a really obscure track, And to me, it's funny because I played a full set. I usually have an opener, Dave Merkovich. I don't know if you know Dave, but he plays a lot of B-sides and underground stuff, and he was away last session, so I played the full 4 hours. So my musical variety and was a little more diverse than it usually is.
You could expand it a bit.
I could expand and push the boundaries. And I had one of our regulars comment afterwards. She sent me a direct message and she said, that some of those songs you played that I've never heard you play before, it just brought me back to high school. I was in high school again. And that's, to me, is it's not necessarily technical skill. I think it's a sort of a blend of technical skill, the choices a DJ makes and how they put it together and how they present it to that particular audience. It's like if you're playing in a band, like some nights even though you may have a similar or even the same set list, some songs just really hit on a certain night when you're playing, and you can feel the audience like viscerally react to a certain song, whether it's like you get a group of people singing along or fist pumping or whatever. You can sort of tell, like, they're not all the same. And it's like with DJing, it's like, yeah, you may have almost the same audience from session to session. You may have the same records. In my crates, I don't have the luxury of having 10,000 albums on a hard drive. But depending on what the audience does, you take a different route. Can
you give me an example of that? Like a live example of you're feeling something in the crowd and now you're going to make a song choice or like a vibe choice?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is when I get on at 11 o'clock, it's usually a pretty full room, and I can see for the past 2 hours how they've reacted to certain genres of music. So I can sort of see, this is a really alternative crowd. I'm going to play maybe some industrial Nine Inch Nails or Nitz or Ebb or something, or maybe it's like they're into like real like punky stuff like Gang of Four or Bauhaus or something like that. So the first 2 hours kind of like, I can sort of feel the crowd. But when you get on, you can really feel song to song if people are like, I don't look up too much. I don't want to be affected by who's dancing and who's not. So when I drop a song, I don't look up, but I can hear people going, like as soon as they hear a blend and the new song comes out. So I can sort of gauge a reaction like that. So what it does is it dictates what genres and the intensity level of energy. So if people are really into like pogoing to punk, put in a ska set, and that just drives crazy. But sometimes a ska set is like, people don't know. So so it's a reaction thing, and it's the same thing. Like when you're playing in a band, it's like, oh shit, this is going over like gangbusters or whatever. Maybe you switch up your set, or maybe you like extend a jam somewhere, or maybe you switch up your encore or whatever. Like it's not the same every night, even though it's very similar. Mm-hmm. There are peaks and valleys, and there's an energy you tap into and a rapport you have with live music that you just don't have when you're just sitting in a room alone listening to a recording. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So
when you're DJing, you're like, is it one of the things like you don't make eye contact? Is that like
I tend not to.
Is that a DJ thing or is that a DJ Mark thing?
It's a DJ Mark thing. So okay. I used to be.
I'm curious. Yeah.
Yeah. So I used to be influenced more by the audience, and I try not to let the audience influence me in a sense that I don't want to be worried about my song choice. If the dance floor is only half full, I'll get in my head, oh, geez, I gotta
crank these guys up.
Yeah, sure. I gotta play Rock Lobster or something. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be influenced like that, so I try not to look at the dance floor too much.
Yeah, you should always play Rock Lobster.
Yeah, well, that's a banger. I'm sure there's one B-52 song played every of the Risky Business 80 sessions.
I love it.
One of my favorite bands.
Yeah, that's totally that's like peak 80s.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.